Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube family? This is Samuel Leggett representing Team JVS, back here again for another anime TV show review. Now, I'm gonna be very frank with you guys. I've seen some really weird anime recently. I've seen some amazing anime. I've seen some out there anime. I've seen some right now. I'm looking at Darling in the Franxx. I got done looking at Beastars probably like 2 weeks ago, and then 4 weeks ago now, close to a month ago, is the series that I'm about to talk to you guys about now. And I'm going to do my very best to effectively articulate my love for this amazing anime series that really takes the whole levels of what anime and animation can do to levels that I personally didn't think were actually plausible or possible. Now, one thing I wanted to go and give accreditation to is the studio that created this amazing series. I just want to make sure I get it right. Give me 1 second. I don't want to have to edit this, but I might have to, because this studio, if memory serves correct, there it is. Their studio actually was burnt down by arson. I think it was like maybe 2 years ago, and that's the Kyoto Animation location. And my heart and my love and my thoughts go out to this amazing animation studio. And anything you guys progress moving forward, anything else you guys do moving forward, I'm there, because this anime blew my mind in every way, shape, or form. So the premise of it, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of read it off to you, is in the aftermath of a great war, Violet Evergarden, a young female ex-soldier, gets a job at a writer's agency and goes on assignments to create letters that can connect people, effectively being what's considered a doll. Now, that doesn't seem very exciting. That doesn't seem like anything that you'd actually want to see. But tell me why the emotional resonance and the beauty and the heart and the love of everything that you could think of within a human emotions was brought out in this film. The only film or a series that I can compare this to would be Portrait of a Lady on Fire. The thing about Portrait of a Lady on Fire, like, is probably one of the most beautifully shot, emoted, and simplistic storylines that I've ever seen put to film. This would be that for a TV series or an anime for me, because off the gate, I'll talk to you about the animation. Oh my gosh, this animation is next level. I have no idea how the detail and the connection and the love and the vibe are just so vibrant, from the food to the character movements, to the hair, to the wildlife, to the human interactions where people like emote on different levels. Like, there's certain people that you can tell through their eyes that they're dealing with and battling emotions. And Violet is probably the perfect identification of that, because Violet in herself doesn't even understand what love is, doesn't understand what empathy is. She doesn't understand what connection or human connection and interaction actually is. Throughout the course, from the beginning of this episode, from the beginning of the first episode all the way to the end of the first season, is about her evolution into coming not just a woman, but somebody that knows how to really relate to people, how to really connect, how to really articulate what it means to be human. And one of the benefits and assets she has, yes, she is an amazing soldier, she is devoted, she is proper, she is an amazing listener, she's very detail-oriented, but the detail didn't matter for Two Nickels. One of the first things that was really funny was when she was put in this role of going and just, not even writing, like she was going just taking out mail. Like the guy that was interacting with her, I forget his name, I apologize for the names because, again, it's been a month since I've seen this. His name was Benedict Blue. He was working on the guys of the person that is doing all this was Hodgins. He used to be a lieutenant, I think, back in the day, and there's a whole story arc behind that. But anyway, Blue told her to go and do you want to like go and just deliver the mail? And she didn't say anything. And then the next thing you know, like Hoggins was sitting there on the train, he's like, man, I wish our company had enough to afford to go and deliver the mail at nighttime. And she just out there literally doing that. Like she didn't know the connection of what he was trying to say. He was like expressing to her, this is something that later on maybe you should do, and if you have the ability, you can be able to do that. But she didn't get that customer relatability, and she didn't get the cues, you know what I'm saying? And so I thought it was really cute, but at the same exact time, it is everything about who she is. And one of the things about being one of these dolls that deliver messages, you have to fundamentally understand what somebody's trying to say through what they vocally say to you. You have to translate that out into words, and so that they can be able to pass it on to somebody else. Now to me, honestly, unless you blind or have like a disability and you can't write, now she does go through different people that do have like no kind of way of being able to actually write. Like there's one story arc in this that literally brought me to tears. No, I take that back. The whole entire time, the whole entire show, by episode 4, I was just bawling, bro. I couldn't, like, every episode, it was like, oh man, that hit me. Oh man, that was worse. Oh my gosh, like that's how I was literally feeling. But there was one specific one where there was a person that he was literally dealing with a war-related situation. He was calling on one of the dolls to go meet him where he was. That episode, bro, like, this man couldn't write. It wasn't even an option. And the lengths that she had to go, it just really showed me how of an amazing, devoted person that she actually is. Like, the love and the impact that she has. Like, she's a natural soldier. Like, when I say she's a natural soldier, this is where things go into those people that love, like, anime action. When the action is on, bruh, she is a savage, like straight up OP level savage. And it's kind of like, it ain't like there's any kind of supernatural situation going on here. Like, no, like she is just that amazing of a Rambo soldier, like for real. And I mean, those moments, like when they're like animated, bruh, like explosions, gunfire, like it is epic. Like I'm not even like even some of the most simplest moments. Like there was one moment where one of the dolls was kind of having this like discussion or argument. I think around the second episode, and like she fell, and like girl was so fast like she caught her, but it's kind of like it didn't end very well. But at the same time, it was very fascinating just to see those fluid animated moments. Now this is where it gets really rough because the main character, Violet, she has whatever you want to say without spoiling too much. Gilbert. Gilbert is her, man, I don't even know, what is it, private? Not private. Oh man, it's been so long, I don't know if the Major? Yeah, Major Gilbert. So she goes by him as Major, and he left a couple of different things for her, physically and emotionally, that now with her circumstance and her situation, it's kind of left her disabled. Like she has technically an actual disability, like her arms are not there. Like her arms are literally made of steel, and you'll find out later on how that happened, what happened, but the disability isn't here. The disability is in here. Like there is one moment where Hagen says to her, like, you're burning, and you don't know it yet. And she was like, I'm not burning, nothing wrong with me. She's like, yeah, there's something wrong with you, and you are burning, and you eventually going to understand why you're burning, what's going on. And it all ties into the Major. It all ties into Major Gilbert and the different foundations that he left for her, physically and emotionally, that really rectify all this. And it's kind of like she literally becomes one of the most amazing characters that you're going to really see to date. Because she's got the whole package. Like she's amazing soldier. She is diligent. She is loving. And when she really understands the conceptual design and vigor and need for love and interaction and communication, like It is some of the most beautiful character moments that you will ever see. And I mean that. I really do sincerely mean that this is 10 out of 10 level animation, anime story arc, and just design that I was kind of like, how am I going to sit there and continue to watch this without it being like an action moment every second, or without like some kind of like mystical situation going on? Like, why would I even care? And then by the end of it, like, I was like, I need more. Give me more. And like, I know for a fact they do have I think an OVA little mini series situation going on. I think on Netflix there's a special as well, and then there's a movie. But by the end of the movie, by the end of this first season, you're gonna be like, yo, what, how, who, what, you know? And like, just so many amazing moments. There's one moment in, and this is a really amazing episode in and of itself, is when Violet went to this one, I don't want to spoil too much of it, but she went to this one character in the woods, and they were alone, and like, she was like, I don't know if he asked her or if she wanted to do it for them, to do this impossible thing, and it had to do with like water and like running. That moment, the animation was perfect, the emotions were high, and I was like, what is this show? And when you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, because it was one of the most beautiful things I think I've seen in a long time. And for me to be able to recollect all the things, yes, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I have a really good job of memory and understanding certain stuff. But I have no notes, bro. I don't have any notes. The only thing I have up right now on my phone are just who the character names are, and that's really it. And I wanted to go and research what the name of the animation studios was, and that was it. But I have no notes here. All I'm giving you guys is things that I've been able to recollect from what I've seen. And not just that, there are other characters that make you question, like, where's she come from? Who's she really connected to? Like, how did this really happen? And is this person really who they say they are? Who is really lying and who is really not? You just know that she is a fixed point, even though that fixed point doesn't really understand the world around her or her internal emotions and her own emotional damage. You find out the different dissections of how far a person's willing to go to understand their own pain through the embodiment of Violet Evergarden as a character. Because really, all honesty, like, she is battling some emotional, distressing things. She is battling some PTSD level things. But more than anything, her heart is functioning, but it's really not really functioning. And that's one of the things that this show, it'll get you all in your feelings, and it will make you dare to hope, love, and believe on levels of, what was that last one that I've seen recently? I forgot the name of that anime. I'm not going to make any kind of comparisons because those were movies. This is a show. I would say that the anime series Erased was one of the most brilliant and crazy thriller anime shows that I have ever seen. Easily a 10 out of 10 series. But this anime is one of the most beautiful, captivating, and vigored, I don't even know how to put it. I don't know what a really good word to kind of identify this other than just beauty and marvelous, like, animes that I've ever seen. Like, and it wasn't on some like thriller type stuff. Yes, there are secrets. Yes, there are things that happen. Yes, there is action moments. Yes, there is death. Yes, there is gore. Yes, there is like love and like, but there's not like this over sensualization of sexuality or like I don't know, like, it was so tasteful. Like, it was so, like, it wasn't like Violet was sitting there like stripped down naked, or like other women are kind of like looked at in this kind of way. Like, no, like, there was very much so like a real confined story here, and you will love it. I apologize for ranting. I apologize for going longer than I need to. I just wanted to express to you guys in the best fundamental way in a video that this is one of the best animes I've ever seen, and you have to go and check it out. It's on Netflix right now. I will talk to you guys later. If you hadn't heard it before, 10 out of 10. Keep it locked. JVS. We ain't gonna stop. Peace, guys.